Welcome to the journey of a lifetime, and welcome to the story of our planet. We're going to take a trip back in time, to the very beginning of the Earth, a story that spans over 4.5 billion years, and one that is still being written. In this video, we will take a journey through time and explore some of the most important and interesting moments in the history of the Earth. We will see how the Earth formed, how life first emerged, and how it has evolved over time. But this is more than just a history lesson. It is a story of our planet and of our place in the universe. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and leave a comment below. Come with me on this journey, and let's explore the amazing history. Can you imagine a time when there was no Earth, no sun, no moon, no stars? A time when the universe was filled with nothing but dust and gas? That was the situation about 4.5 billion years ago, when our solar system began to form from a giant cloud of matter called the solar nebula. This cloud started to collapse under its own gravity, spinning faster and faster and flattening into a disk. In the center of this disk, a huge ball of fire ignited, the sun, and around it smaller clumps of dust and gas stuck together and grew bigger and bigger, the planets. One of these planets was Earth, but it looked very different from how we know it today. It was a hot and hellish world with no solid surface, no water, and no air. It was constantly bombarded by other bodies, some as big as mountains, some as big as planets. One of these collisions was so powerful that it blasted a huge chunk of Earth into space. This chunk eventually became our moon. Slowly, over millions of years, Earth cooled down and developed a thin crust. Volcanoes erupted and spewed gases into the sky, creating a primitive atmosphere. Water vapor condensed and fell as rain, filling the basins and forming the first oceans. Earth was now ready for the next stage of its history, the origin of life. Where did life come from? How did it start? These are some of the most intriguing and difficult questions in science. We don't have all the answers yet, but we have some clues. The first signs of life on Earth appeared around 3.5 billion years ago in the form of simple microorganisms that lived in water and used chemicals or sunlight to make energy. These organisms were so tiny that they could only be seen with a microscope. They left behind traces in rocks and fossils that we can study today. One of the most important things that these early life forms did was to produce oxygen through photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants and some bacteria use light to convert water and carbon dioxide into sugar and oxygen. Oxygen is essential for most forms of life, but it was very scarce in Earth's early atmosphere. By producing oxygen, these organisms changed the chemistry of the air and the water, making it possible for more complex life forms to evolve. Around 2.4 billion years ago, life on Earth became more diverse and complex as single-celled organisms evolved into multicellular organisms with specialized functions and structures. These organisms formed colonies or tissues that could perform different tasks, such as moving, sensing, or digesting. Some of them developed hard parts, such as shells or skeletons, that could protect them from predators or support them in different environments. Around 1.2 billion years ago, plants and animals began to colonize land, which opened up new habitats and opportunities for evolution. Plants were the first to make this transition, using roots to anchor themselves in soil and stems and leaves to capture sunlight and water. Animals followed soon after, adapting to various challenges such as gravity, temperature, or drought. Around 540 million years ago, life on Earth experienced a rapid explosion of diversity and complexity known as the Cambrian Explosion. This was a remarkable event that gave rise to most of the major groups of animals we see today: worms, mollusks, arthropods, echinoderms, chordates, and many more. These animals had different shapes, sizes, colors, behaviors, and abilities. They competed for food space and mates. They filled every niche and corner of the planet. The Cambrian Explosion was a time of incredible diversity and innovation in the history of life. But it was not the end of the story. Life continued to evolve and change, facing new challenges and opportunities as the Earth itself changed. One of the most dramatic changes was the onset of the Ice Ages, a period of extreme cold and glaciation that lasted for millions of years. Imagine a world covered in ice and snow, a world where glaciers extend from the poles to the tropics, where sea levels are lower and land bridges are exposed, where plants and animals are scarce and survival is hard. This was the situation on Earth during the ice ages that lasted till about 12,000 years ago. The ice ages were caused by changes in Earth's orbit, tilt, and wobble, which affected how much sunlight reached different parts of the planet. The ice ages affected life on Earth in many ways. They created new challenges and opportunities for adaptation and evolution. Some species survived by migrating, hibernating, or changing their behavior. Other species evolved new traits, and one of these animals was Homo sapiens, or more commonly known as humans. Humans is a species of primate that evolved around 2 million years ago from an earlier species called Homo erectus. Humans have several advantages over other primates, like we have larger brains, upright posture, and opposable thumbs. These traits have allowed us to learn, use tools, and communicate. Humans have spread across the world and developed culture and civilizations which have transformed life on Earth. We've come a long way since the early days of life on Earth. We've seen the rise and fall of continents, the evolution of complex life forms, and the development of human civilization. But the Earth is still changing today, and this time, it's because of us. Human activity is having a significant impact on the planet and its climate. We're emitting greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, which is causing the Earth to warm. This warming is already having a number of effects such as melting glaciers, rising sea levels, and more extreme weather events. The future of the Earth is in our hands. We have the power to shape the future of our planet. Let's use our power wisely. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any suggestions on topics you would like for us to cover, please let us know in the comments below.